Hello, and welcome to Celebrity Scoop. We're your one-stop destination for the latest and greatest in the world of glitz and glamour. If you want to stay in the loop, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's topic. Just when you think the UK media can't get any worse, they manage to outdo themselves. They've whipped up a fresh drama, one that has Queen Camilla and Kate Middleton at its core. And why? Because the press's usual targets, Meghan and Harry, are off the radar and they need a new distraction. Let's dissect this recent attempt at public manipulation. An exclusive story has surfaced, claiming an insider has blown the whistle on Camilla. According to this source, it was Camilla all along who was secretly orchestrating the so-called feud between Meghan and Kate. The allegation: she was fanning the flames of their rivalry to deflect attention from herself and King Charles. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? That's because it's a textbook UK tabloid strategy. When in doubt, set women against each other. However, let's look at the bigger picture here. This article isn't about unveiling palace secrets. It's about diverting the narrative. Meghan and Harry have just made a significant financial move, potentially signing a lucrative deal, and suddenly, the UK press needs a new controversy to keep people's attention elsewhere. And since they've exhausted their Meghan attack pieces, they've set their sights on Kate and Camilla. Remember when Meghan was portrayed as the villain, causing all palace tensions? Back then, Kate was the perfect princess, and Meghan was the troublemaker. But now, with Meghan focusing on her own ventures, they need a new royal rivalry to sell papers. Enter the Camilla versus Kate storyline. It's no coincidence that this article emerges just as King Charles and Camilla face considerable public scrutiny. Charles's health, Camilla's growing influence, and the declining popularity of the monarchy are real issues the press doesn't want to discuss. So, what do? Throw Kate under the bus to save Camilla. This isn't about exposing palace secrets. It's about shifting the narrative. So, let's keep our eyes open and not allow the press to manipulate our perspective of these royal women. It's high time that we look beyond the headlines and question the intentions of those who write them. Sounds familiar? That's because it's a classic UK tabloid tactic. When in doubt, pit women against each other. This isn't about revealing hidden truths, but about spinning a narrative, and the tabloids are masters at this game. It's like a well-choreographed dance. As soon as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle make a significant financial move, the tabloids pirouette, and suddenly we have a fresh controversy on our hands. And with the Meghan is a villain storyline losing its luster, they've sidestepped to a new target: Kate Middleton and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. Remember the days when Kate was the golden girl and Meghan was the perceived troublemaker? Now, with Meghan focusing on her own projects and out of the immediate spotlight, the tabloids need a new royal rivalry to keep their papers flying off the shelves. So, they've orchestrated this Camilla versus Kate storyline. This isn't the work of investigative journalism. It's a distraction, a sleight of hand to draw our attention away from the real issues at stake. The health of King Charles, the growing influence of Camilla, and the declining popularity of the monarchy are pressing matters that the press doesn't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. So, instead, they toss Kate Middleton into the ring with Camilla. And let's not forget about Camilla's carefully cultivated PR image. She's laboured for decades to improve her reputation. And this article conveniently paints her as a cunning manipulator behind palace doors. Whether there's any truth to this or not, one thing is clear. The UK press is using her to stir up drama, just as they did with Meghan Markle. So what we're seeing here is a tried and true strategy. Create a conflict, distract the public, and sell papers. It's a classic tactic that the UK tabloids have honed to perfection. They did it with Diana and Camilla, they did it with Meghan and Kate, and now they're doing it with Kate and Camilla. They need a new royal rivalry to sell papers. Enter the Camilla versus Kate storyline. It's no coincidence that this article drops just as King Charles and Camilla face serious public scrutiny. The press's latest attempt at a royal scandal comes at a time when more pertinent issues demand our attention, issues that they'd rather we not focus on. For one, there's the matter of King Charles's health. His recent public appearances have sparked concern, yet the press remains silent. Are we not to question the well-being of our monarch? Surely the health of the king should be of public interest. But instead of facilitating a conversation on this matter, the press chooses to focus on trivial feuds. Then there's the growing influence of Queen Camilla. She's no longer just the wife of the king. She's a queen with her own power and influence, and some might even argue a queen with her own agenda. Yet the press continues to paint her as a mere spectator in the royal drama, rather than an active participant. Is it not worth discussing the role and influence of Queen Camilla? Is it not pertinent to question her intentions and actions? Perhaps the most glaring issue is the declining popularity of the monarchy. Recent polls suggest a decrease in public support for the institution, yet the press glosses over this, preferring to delve into royal rivalries and scandals. The future of the monarchy is a topic of national importance, yet it's relegated to the sidelines while petty squabbles take centre stage. So what do? Throw Kate under the bus to save Camilla. It's a classic diversion tactic. By focusing on a contrived rivalry between Kate and Camilla, the press effectively deflects attention from the real issues at hand. They've turned a discussion on the monarchy's future into a spectacle, a soap opera. And in doing so, they've managed to save Camilla from public scrutiny while throwing Kate to the wolves. It's a game of smoke and mirrors, where the truth is obscured and the trivial is magnified. A game that we, as the public, must learn to see through. And let's not forget, Camilla has played the long PR game. For decades, she's worked to improve her image. She's navigated through the tempestuous waters of public opinion, weathering the storm with an admirable resilience. But here's the twist. The UK press is using her as a pawn in their game, stirring drama and controversy to distract from pressing issues. Picture this. Camilla, once the other woman in the Diana Charles saga, has slowly but surely transformed her image. She's no longer the villain in the story, but a key player in the royal narrative. This didn't happen overnight. It took years of carefully curated public appearances, strategic silence, and well-timed charity work. But now the UK press sees an opportunity. They've painted Camilla as a puppeteer, secretly orchestrating a rivalry between Meghan and Kate. It's a compelling narrative, isn't it? But it's also a classic diversion tactic. Let's delve a little deeper. By framing Camilla as the mastermind behind the so-called feud, the press conveniently shifts the focus away from the more pressing issues at hand. King Charles's health, the declining popularity of the monarchy, and Camilla's growing influence, these are the real stories that the UK press is not so keen on covering. The press's tactic of using Camilla for their own ends is not new. It's a page out of their old playbook. Remember how they used Meghan as a scapegoat for every palace tension? How they painted her as the villain while portraying Kate as the perfect princess? It's the same game, just with new players. So what we're seeing here is a sophisticated PR strategy. The UK press using Camilla as a pawn, stirring up a new controversy to distract the public. It's a clever move, but it's also a blatant manipulation of public opinion. The UK press is clearly using her to stir drama, just like they did with Meghan before her. At the end of the day, the UK press only has one playbook: divide and distract. This playbook has been used time and again, pitting royal women against one another to create captivating narratives. We've seen it before with Diana and Camilla, then Meghan and Kate, and now it's Kate and Camilla's turn. This pattern is as predictable as it is harmful. Each time it serves to divert attention away from the real issues at hand, whether that's the health of King Charles, the rising influence of Queen Camilla, or the dwindling popularity of the monarchy as a whole. Instead of tackling these topics head-on, the media chooses to fan the flames of fictional feuds, not caring about the damage left in their wake. And amidst these manufactured rivalries, there's one constant: the media's unyielding protection of Charles. Despite his own controversies and the questions surrounding his fitness to be king, Charles remains largely untouched by the press. Instead, it's the women in his life who bear the brunt of the media's relentless scrutiny. So why does the media continue to protect Charles while throwing every woman in the royal family under the bus? Is it simply an adherence to a well-worn playbook, or is there something more at play? Regardless, it's clear that these divisive tactics do nothing but harm those caught in the crossfire, while the real issues continue to be swept under the royal rug. The real question is, why does the media keep protecting Charles while throwing every woman in the royal family under the bus? And that's our in-depth look at the UK media's tactics. We appreciate you joining us in this exploration. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more intriguing insights. Stay tuned for more celebrity scoops. Until next time.